Good morning, everybody.
My phobia is getting pulled over by the police.
Man, my heart dropped every time.
We are the morning show that you can watch at night. Did you know that?
Because it's teaching, in my personal humble opinion, young women that you don't have to really go out there and get a real job. You can look pretty and spend your days, see who you can date, and become Instagram famous. And then you too can be fabulous every day. It's an unrealistic expectation of you.
But we're going downhill from here.
Little balled up stomachs.
Nobody wants to own up to anything they've done to African American people over the past 400 years. You want to take everything that we got, everything that we brought this country, forget, you know what? I love indigenous people. I love everything.
I always talk about the movements. Why people keep doing stupid stuff and why I don't get the Black Lives Matter movement and all this other stuff. And then I'm like, well, why don't I just start my own thing?
A whole entire country was built on the backs of...
Hey, listen, y'all know what time it is. Mr. Lee Black, holla. Oh, my. Look at those words. Okay, holla at him for a second.
This is not 9 minutes and 49 seconds sitting on somebody's neck. This is an officer doing a very difficult job, right? That should have been avoided before it happened.
Did you really mean that? And I was like, yes, absolutely, I did mean that. With my whole being and my whole heart.
TFG tonight with Brenton, Haynes and the morning team.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday.
Thank you, Dolores. Good morning, everybody. I am beyond excited to see y'all this Monday morning. Good morning, Istanbul. Y'all know that's, it is nighttime where we at, but it's morning time somewhere, right? So why not do it? Wherever you want to see us at, right? That's where we at. Y'all, I ain't seen y'all in like 7 days. Ah, man, I'm excited. Y'all know how we do it when y'all come in and say what's up. Y'all know y'all been shortchanged this here, but I got it. It's the holidays. I get Christmas time. All right, I ain't playing, but listen. When y'all get them income tax, I ain't playing. I want to see something. I ain't playing. I want to see something. All right. Listen, y'all know how we do it about this time. We normally keep up with the Trumps, but I don't keep up with Kyle. Look, Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm gonna keep up with Kyle for a little bit because Kyle got more going on. Trump doing some stuff, but yeah, it's getting bigger. I think we're gonna have to wait him out for a minute. But listen, look, Kyle Rittenhouse, y'all. Guess what? Y'all know it's like almost a month since he done been cleared of all charges, no double jeopardy. He can't nothing happen. So he want to go on with his little old life now, y'all. He want to go back to college and he want to go back to Arizona State University. There's a problem, Kyle. See, it's what we talked about, little Kyle. See, life can't just go on the normal. You can't listen when you pop the jack out the box, you can't stuff it back in there. We'll ask some of the family about that in a minute, how to stuff back in the box. But listen, he was at Arizona State University. You know what? Bring the family on first. Because I want to hear what they got to say about old Kyle when I talk about this. Look at Cotton. What's going on?
What up?
Listen, those black, beautiful men. Good morning. Good to see y'all. Oh, and look at the lady in red. Is that red on you?
Where you see red? Okay.
What you call what you call that on your locks? What color is it?
It's brown and light brown.
Light. Okay, I'm just a typical fan. I don't do well with colors. I just thought it was all right. The lady in brown. Good to see you, Auntie. Thank you for joining us this morning.
What up?
Listen, y'all. We talking about little Kyle, and we already said it. Kyle, life ain't gonna be the same no more for you, little brother, right? So listen, Arizona State University. He want to go back to school, y'all, and he want to go in person. And them good little liberals, guess what they said?
Good luck.
Look, Kyle say, he said he looking to go back. He's trying to leave. He's trying to live an everyday normal life, but backlash from general public won't let him. Many people are angry that he was acquitted on charges in the shooting deaths. And now they have signed petitions. They are acting a fool. He has temporarily unenrolled in his classes due to the students' unrest, according to Fox News. ASU released a statement detailing his absence. Kyle Rittenhouse has not gone through the admission process with Arizona State University, and it's not enrolled at the Edison College of Nursing. Boy, get out of here, boy. Nursing and Health Innovations. Y'all, they don't want to see him.
No.
They don't want to see him. Black, would you let him go come take classes with you?
Absolutely not. You know, think about all the unwanted attention that he will attract. There's a line in Denzel Washington's movie, The Equalizer, where he says, when you pray for rain, you have to deal with the mud.
You deal with the mud, yes,
you
sir.
know? And so you wanted that notoriety.
Mm-hmm.
You bask in the glory of it. This is what you get.
Man, and God did he get. Listen, I don't even think of a fortune cookie from the greatest Chinese buffet gonna tell him what was coming up shoot on this one. Kenny, he gonna make it? Can he go to the HBCU?
I would let him come. And I would make sure I be in every one of his classes, and I sit right next to him. And I would pass him notes like, how does it feel to be a killer?
Say, what's up, man? Man,
you need a bodyguard.
Say, right. Man,
give me your homework. I be taking his lunch money.
Ooh, oh yeah.
I say let him go because I definitely would be super petty. I know I would.
Okay, I'm ready. Listen, I'm ready to hear from Sister Devin. You gonna let him make? Can he get it? Can he at least get into at least a D1 school?
Sure can. I want him in the school at the lowest level with the brokest people with the biggest attitudes. That's the school I wanted him to go to. You know, the ones with no security, where you don't know what's going to happen, where people trying to wash your window before you make it in the classroom. I want him to go to that school, and I want him to walk right in with his Make America Great Again hat, and I want him to walk in and act like he can spell nursing, because I ain't trying to be judgmental, but don't nothing about Kyle say nursing or school.
At all.
Who he trying to fool by walking up in there? But yeah, he should go. What they call it, DCC College.
Yeah.
He needs to go. That's the school he needs to go to.
Yes, ma'am. Cousin, I know he fit right in the East Side High.
Yeah, he would. He wants to be famous. He wants to be famous. He's gonna be famous for getting his ass whooped on TV. I think he needs to go to Paul Quinn or Southern on one knees. I'd love to see him in one of those schools. We need to give him matter of fact, let's put some money together, give him a full scholarship. Paul Quinn. Let's let him go there, see what happens.
Trump would have let him into his school, wouldn't he?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Trump University, of course.
He would have been valedictorian.
They're raising money for him now.
Trump is what made his life worse. You know, they were already hating on him, but when he showed up with Trump and that white woman, that just made his life that much worse. And Marcella, honey, I want you to know I'm a fan of you, honey. I've been watching you and keeping up with you for a long time. So welcome, Marcella.
Welcome, Marcella. Yeah, welcome to the family, Marcella. Already.
Marcella was on a panel a long time ago of this old cricket lady that they call the Avatar, but that's irrelevant.
Hey, that's that Marcella. Hey.
Wait a minute, we're gonna have some trouble. Do I need to break out the Ghostbusters music?
No.
Okay. Oh, that tell me something good. Listen, I've been ready to fight these turtles.
Marcella, good people.
Okay, well, welcome, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us, Marcella.
Yes.
We're gonna have some fun, so just keep watching. Yeah, Aaron says. So, what is the clown trying to do? He's trying to get an education, but I really think he's just gonna have to settle for DeVry. He could probably want to go to truck.
Wait a minute now, hold on. That's my alma mater. Now I only went for a year and a half.
I heard that.
Okay. Listen,
I didn't finish, so
okay. I tell you like this, Kyle. Shout out to Larry Fitzgerald, man. Maybe you can get at Phoenix University or something.
Hold on, man. Now you're talking about mine.
Okay. You ain't go to Jackson State University. How about that, man? Deion will take anybody. Listen, he need a place kicker. Boy, you gonna take so many foots.
Nah, he wouldn't be getting no play. He wouldn't be no place kicker. That's for sure. He go to Jackson State.
He gonna be the water boy.
Yeah, he gonna be the water boy.
That's it. That's what he gonna be.
That's right.
Yes. So Kyle, I'll just tell you what, man, we're gonna keep up with you, brother, because I can see
going away. He not going away because all the red hatters and the rednecks, they all looking for him now. They gonna all form a group, and I think he's impressionable as a young boy. So they gonna have him doing the most stupid stuff and getting his ass whooped. It's really bad, but that's what's gonna happen.
Sherry say send him to NYC. Now listen, I know it. Listen, he gonna get beat worse than rats be getting beat at. I don't think he won't go down there. Buddy, just stick to the down south, the Bible Belt. Just listen. Find you Mississippi A&T.
Well, he from Illinois. He from Illinois. Why don't he just stay in his damn home state? Nobody wants him down here.
He wants notoriety and attention, or at least he thinks he does, until he gets enough of it, and then he'll retreat and change his mind.
Okay.
Yeah, Kyle gonna have to have face surgery. I'm just telling you.
Ain't nowhere he can go where he gonna not get messed with. He's a murderer.
Right.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll say to that. Good luck, Kyle. So, y'all, let's keep it up with Kyle this morning. And so, y'all, we got so much more to talk about. So, I just hope y'all excited and y'all ready to run because we about to walk. All right, man, what we got next?
Kyle like OJ.
Shout outs. Yeah. So listen. Oh, you know what? Since the boss man on big screen, I'll put him back up there because we finna shout out. He can go and lead this out. Boss man, there's a few things that happened over the weekend, man. Let's talk about Deion Sanders and South Oak Cliff. What can we shout them out for?
Well, you definitely the boss man is actually up at the very top above of Miss Devin.
You running
but I'm the second man. I'm the third man, fourth man in charge. I'm somewhere in there.
Okay, you somewhere.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in there. But yes, we had Jackson State, the Jackson State University, coached by prime time Deion Sanders. They won the SWAC championship. They beat Prairie View A&M in front of I think 60,000 people.
Yes, sir.
And in Jackson State. So they are heading to the Cricket Bowl, which is going to be played in Atlanta, Black, on December 18th. They will be playing South Carolina State for the mythical National Black Championship. So that's December 18th in Atlanta.
I think I'm going to go to that.
Yeah, at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, 12 o'clock p.m. on ABC. So congratulations, Jackson State. Congratulations, Coach Prime. He's still getting over his foot surgery, but, 11-1. They went 11-1, only lost one time. So that's props. That's what's
Kenny,
up.
I'm going to tell y'all something. This is the beginning. What Deion Sanders doing, he is paving the way. Yeah. And if other black superstar athletes will catch on and start coaching up these. Now, I will say this. I don't think Deion bought a house in Mississippi.
He got a house. He do have a. Yeah, he did.
I did a video on it. Go check out the Real Estate Insider.
Check out the Real Estate Insider.
Yes, sir.
He got a house in Canton, Texas. He got a house in Canton, Mississippi.
Right.
$700,000, and he got 30 acres of land around the house.
Wow.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Wow.
It looked like crap, but he got it.
Man, well, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Deion Sanders he is paving the way, y'all, for HBCU. Listen, if Deion do this right, these D1 schools in trouble because these boys, they gonna want to be with their boys, and they just want they want to make history. I know they do.
Yeah,
they want to make history, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. If Deion leave Jackson State, it'll surprise me.
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna know.
I think he will eventually, but I don't think it's no time soon. I think what he's doing is he's now these corporations and corporate, they're going to start spending dollars with these HBCUs. You're going to start seeing more of them getting television contracts. You're going to see more and more of this. So
I had a question about this. So the college guys are able to get endorsements and stuff now, right?
That's correct. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so that's going to be real good for them for sure. Yeah. That's going to be good.
They finally got their names on the back of their shirt since Deion got there, man. So we'll see. So Black, if you go, man, send us a selfie so we can make history.
I actually think I'm going to be off work for 10 straight days right here in ATL. I definitely would like to catch that, but I want to be the one dissenting voice of caution here.
All right.
And it's not a bad thing because I agree with 1,000% that he's starting something at the beginning, and Shaq is following suit as well.
Where's Shaq going?
Well, he's convincing his kids to try to play for.
Try to go to HBCU.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you see it happening. But what we know, I think about, the religion of Islam. Again, I'm gonna have a lot of movie references tonight. You think about Malcolm X. sometimes when we have something so good, we mess it up.
Yep.
We mess it up. And I just hope somewhere in here the crab in the barrel mentality doesn't kick in, because once you start talking about money, like Brother Lamar said, now these athletes can get paid, this could open the doors, but then sometimes we can be our own worst enemies when you start adding greed and that dollar bill in there. And I just hope it doesn't happen. I hope that our few black billionaires and people who have money, I hope that they get behind this movement. I'm talking to you, Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah. Right. Please like and share, ladies and gentlemen. Devin, and we got one more school. Now, I know most of us from Texas, so South Oak Cliff. Man, they've made it to like the third round?
The semifinals. Yeah, they in the semifinals.
Yeah. This is the far they done got Skyline won it all, if I'm not mistaken. Right? No, Carter was the one that won it all, right?
Yeah, I think they're the last. I think Carter's the last DISD school to win a state championship. I believe. So if SOC can get there, they would be the second one in over 30-some years. So,
yes, sir.
I could be wrong on that, but I think that's true.
No, since the 90s, bro. So that's when I remember Carter when they won. Right. It was early 90s when they won.
That was late. That was 89, 88 or 89 when they won.
Okay, maybe so.
I want to say it was 89.
South Lake Carroll, they won since then, right? I know they don't DISD, but they in Dallas area.
Right.
We still claim them.
South Lake Carroll, they got some problems. We ain't talking about them.
But shout out to Dallas South Oak Cliff. Yeah. Congratulations to them young brothers.
Yeah,
bring it back home,
man. Y'all keep it going, brothers. Keep it going. Maybe y'all get some Thursday night lights. Friday night lights are already taken. So
right on.
All right, man. Thank you for the shout outs. What we got next? Now what's this dude named Travis?
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
McMichaels. Yeah, Travis Scott. Yeah. I know. My mind all over the place right now. Listen, Travis Scott. Y'all remember Astro World? Dude wants to pay for the funerals of the family, and they said no. And you know what? I said this looks like a job for TFG Tonight family to talk about. I'll have some questions about why, because you know what? Everybody in their mom would be mad if he didn't pay for it.
Right. If he didn't offer.
Right. But then he offer, and now you so prideful, you don't even want to accept the man's. It's free money.
Yeah,
number one, the man didn't kill y'all.
Yeah, like he jumped off stage and whooped some ass. He didn't do that. It was the crowd. It wasn't him.
Right.
I take that money.
That's what I'm saying. So my question to the family this morning. You don't have to play devil's advocate. I just want to know what would be a reason that you would reject money from the man who publicly they say he's responsible, but legally I know he's not responsible.
Advisement of the attorneys.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. To do what?
That's it.
More money?
Advisement of the attorneys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because they've already filed lawsuit.
That's absolutely.
The attorney is going to say, by accepting this money, you have decided that you are okay with him. It can almost be looked at as like a settlement. Let's be honest. I don't know these people's business, and I may be judging a little. But everyone who passed away during this could have easily got enough donations to pay for the funeral. And it's my understanding that the child that was, and I think all of them were young, but the 9-year-old, the family was asking for about $1 million, which to me is not that much money for the life of your 9-year-old. But I believe by accepting that money, the attorney must be telling them that they're admitting that they're okay with it. Settlement.
And the attorney don't get no percentage of the paying for the funeral. He only get a percentage of
exactly. There you go.
Wait a minute. Okay, so wait, Black. So then does this mean that Travis Scott is not having? This is not within good hearts. Well, no, what do they call it? This is not with good
intentions.
Yeah, good intentions. But what do they call it? When they say I'm thinking that you're going to.
He's remorseful.
So this is not good faith. This is not him doing something in good faith.
Therein lies the problem.
Yeah,
therein lies the problem. So once again, I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Come on, get it, Chiefy.
because you don't know from a motives perspective if his attorney is telling him that, because he's in a no-win situation.
Dang.
Damned if you do, you damned if you don't.
That's it.
You know, if he doesn't offer, he gets crucified.
Yep.
He didn't care, and he didn't step up to the plate. But by offering, it's also somewhat an admission of guilt, and you don't know if that giving is coming from the right place.
Dang, you can't even be nice no more.
Here is my problem with this. I'm gonna go all the way to the devil's advocate.
All right, come on.
I hate the fact that we live in a world now where people don't want to take accountability. While it's extremely sad that people lost their lives, shouldn't have had your monkey ass there in the first place.
I agree, 100%.
All kinds of signs there that you could have left.
Parents.
The venue was overcrowded, overpopulated, not policed properly, and yet you were there. You bask in the glory of it. Had it not been for the trampling, they would have had the time of their lives. And it's amazing how you can come out to an event like that of that magnitude. You're willing to take all of the risks. You had parents bringing their kids to this shit.
That's it.
But then as soon as something bad happens, all of a sudden now it's somebody else's fault. And so my thing is, I just hate we've gotten to a place where the optics of someone willing to pay for a funeral is a negative. But that's the world we live in now, where everything is litigious. And so when the opportunity is to make a buck, you have to question everybody's motives at this point.
All right, so I got to ask Kendrick. He walks down the middle of the road, my brother. So is this is this a bad parenting move? Because I'm gonna say this. I'm a Monday morning quarterback right here. Had I seen what that looked like if me and my son walked in there, I said, buddy, we're gonna catch him next year. You know what I'm saying? Like this is out of hand. They're too rambunctious. Matter of fact, I don't even know. I wouldn't even have him in the crowd. Number one, dude, he's 3 foot tall. He can't even see nothing. And you had him on your shoulders,
right? And it's a standing room, wasn't it? When they all standing?
It was crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't walk in the middle of the road all the time, brother Brent. Sometimes I walk on the left side or the right side.
Listen, man, you the brother. You bring us home, Doc.
But in this situation, man, as a parent, I wouldn't allow my kid. If I would have got to that venue and saw that the lack of security and just saw all of the craziness was going on, I'm like, nah, we're not doing this. We'll just catch the highlights. We'll watch it on YouTube,
right?
You know, you know what I'm saying? Because this doesn't look safe. And sure enough, that's what happened.
Bro, I don't even go to the state fair no more when they do the classics and all those. Like, man, we did that when we was in school. But like, I'm a father. I know y'all gonna start shooting. I know y'all gonna start running. I know y'all gonna act the fool. So my kids want to go to the state fair. Where we going on Tuesday morning? We ain't going on no weekend. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna chill.
I don't think they should get nothing, the parents out, to be honest with you. First of all, it's still a pandemic. Second of all, the kids too small, so that's neglect on two pages. You shouldn't get nothing, in my opinion. Just get the funeral paid for and just chalk it up. You had a bad decision as a parent.
Now on the investigation side, here's another sticky point. I mean, my thing is, Travis Scott is the name, and that's the thing about being the name. Anything bad happen, your name is going to be out front. But Live Nation is liable too. They promoted this too. So
I think they have more liability.
They should have more liability, just as much, if not more, than Travis Scott. Now the thing is, you got to wait till all this investigation, because there's going to be a long investigation. These lawyers get ready to get their own people to come in here and look at this venue, see what was going on, this and that. Man, this is going to be tied up legally for a while.
Who is MJJ? Maurice Jones-Drew? Maurice Jones-Drew.
Mike had a different crowd though, Brittany.
Y'all can't be comparing big crowds to Travis Scott. Come on, y'all. The people who go see Michael Jackson, who go see Luther Vandross, who go see Freddie Jackson, are not going to see Travis Scott. You can have the same amount of people, and you're going to have totally different outcomes. If anything related to a bunch of rappers of today, and they under 25, I don't want no parts of that. I may leave town that day. I'm going to be quite honest with you. That may be just because I'm real grown and I know how they act the fool. So, I mean, if there was the same amount of people somewhere and I wanted to go see Neo, I just don't think it's going to be the same as if I go see Scott. So totally, just think that's a different crowd. They not coming to see Neo with their pants hanging right above their knees and they can't even run. That's probably not the crowd that will be there. I'm just saying.
My goodness. Okay, that's it. Well, I will say this at the end. It's a shame that this country that we live in today, at this very year, that it's almost preposterous to be nice and to do the right thing,
right?
Because money is involved. And I'll say this: I ain't gonna preach to nobody, but we always talk about the love of money as the root of all evil. But I want to tell y'all something: money don't love you back. So even if you do love it, it's a one-way relationship because it sure ain't gonna love you back. I just want you to know that. So, Travis, I don't know what you're gonna do next year. You know, maybe you're gonna have to do like Ray J and Kim, and I don't know.
He got Kris Jenner behind him. He be all right.
Is that
the just fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah,
that's the mama.
He got the Jennifer. Well, the Kardashians behind Jenner.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't keep up with them people, man. Okay, all right. Well, thank you, sir. Travis, good luck to you, my brother. Hopefully, I know. I didn't know. Chris, I don't know his name. Okay. All right, what we got next, man? Oh, backhanded apology. Now listen, y'all work with me on this one. There's a young lady by the name of Alice Sebold. That's a name. That's a name in itself, Sebold. Right? She wants to apologize for a man that was exonerated last week that's been in jail since 1981. Here we go again. Now, this lady here, Alice, she is the woman who accused this man of raping her. His name was Anthony Broadwater. That's funny. Sebold and Broadwater. That don't sound right. So Anthony is 61. He was convicted actually in 1982 of raping Sebold when she was a student at Syracuse University. He served 16 years in prison. His conviction was overturned on November 22 after prosecutors re-examined the case and determined there were serious flaws in the arrest trial. Are y'all kidding me?
Did he get any money? I hope so. I'm sorry.
Dude, how you gonna apologize?
That's not enough. Even if it was money.
Go ahead, Devin. I'll let y'all start.
I mean, I'm not gonna say. I'm sick of these hoes. Because if you go back to back in the day when things happened to certain women, any black man would do as far as being convicted. They would be able to shout at the dude that just happened to be parking his car next door. And because of those words, he going to jail. He going under the jail. And they want to act like they did something special, but because he got out in 16 years and this hoe said, I'm sorry. Somebody need to be held responsible for this. I don't know if it's her. I don't know if it's the prosecution, but this is just unacceptable. I believe that I'm one of the few people that believe that there are several people in prison that are innocent, especially when it comes to things like this. And for her to be able to say, I'm sorry, and people feel like she did something special, in my opinion, is just unacceptable. I think when women do stuff like this and they know they lying, even if you say it looked like him, because y'all know we all look alike, even if you say that it looked like him, there should be some kind of investigation to verify that's him. You know what I'm saying? Because you put three black people, Lil Wayne, Mike Tyson, Deion Sanders, they all gonna say they look alike. They're gonna call all of them by the same name. So I'm not gonna necessarily blame her, you know what I'm saying? Because maybe he did look like the guy to her. That's all I'm gonna say. But there's someone needs to be held responsible for this man going to prison for 16 years because he can't get that time back. And I'm sick of him. I'm sick of it. They go all the way back to Emmett Till for me when I think of these circumstances and these incidents. And it's just ridiculous that should even be okay. And maybe that's because it was 1981. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, try to be optimistic and say that this type of thing is no longer acceptable. But someone needs to be held responsible. And I'm sorry should not be enough.
Now, Auntie gonna make me read a little more of this now since she went there. I wasn't gonna read it all, but I'm gonna still read a little more. So Sebold wrote in the 1990s, lucky of being raped and then spotting a black man in the street several months later.
Whoa.
Who she believed was her attacker. That's how who was white. She went to the police, and the officer said the man in the street must have been Broadwater, who was supposedly been seen in the area. Now, she got raped, and then she identified the dude several months. No, player. It don't work. Kenny, I mean, listen, I know you got a heart of gold, brother. You gonna let her make it?
Hell no, I ain't gonna let her make it. No, you can see that on my face. No,
man, bro.
No, you know, here's the thing about, for black men, for men in general, the two things that you can be accused of that you can never get rid of is being a rapist and a child molester.
Yes, sir.
So when a woman accuses you of rape and you're innocent, that's a wrap.
Yep.
I don't give a damn how many apologies she gives. She say, you destroyed this man's life.
That's it.
Your ass need to go to jail for misrepresenting and saying that every black man is a rapist. That's basically what you said when you picked the wrong dude.
Dang,
so no, man, I'm pissed off because it's like, yo, that was somebody's brother, son, father, and he lost 16 years of his life because the precious jewel of this country that they protect is good old Karen, the white woman. Whatever she say, it goes.
And did the rape even happen? Did the rape even happen? Do we know if the rape even
don't know?
Happened? She could have been in a bad mood that day and was just in her feelings and wanted to accuse someone of something. She could have got caught talking to a black dude or been seen with a black man, and the first thing she want to say is that he raped me. I just don't understand it, and it's just unacceptable. And somebody needs to be held responsible. I think we should make claims.
Absolutely. Do they not make other people responsible when they overturn these sentences? Do other people not go to jail for lying?
No.
She needs to go.
No. I watched a movie yesterday called Law Abiding Citizen. Y'all seen that?
I love that.
One of my favorites.
That's what needs to happen right there. Something like that.
Who gonna do that? If you do that, not in this country, you better not do that. Boy, these boys ready to drag you, Doc. Man, please, bro. That's all your limbs hanging.
Retribution.
Okay, so Black, here's my question. Why was she so bold as to make this statement publicly, as though she know she can't be incriminated for this?
Because this is America.
It's her country.
This is the most precious thing in America is a white woman. Always has been, always will be. That's the highest level of attainment. Our entire movie industry is based on the premise that is take any genre movie you want to think of. The horror movie genre is built on the idea that you're chasing and going to hurt a white woman.
The damsel.
Action movies, Iron Man, Pepper Potts is glorious as Iron Man himself, even though she don't have a power to save a damn life. You know what I'm saying? You can pick any genre, and it's built on the premise that that's who you're saving. All of the end of the world movies at its core, it's a white woman. I'm sorry, this is not racism. I'm just keeping it real with you.
Yep.
And another movie reference, see how many I can do this tonight.
Come on, you're on four.
The movie The Crucible with Winona Ryder.
You
know, do you yourself see this movie where this was back in the 13th century when they were was claiming women were witches, and she claimed she wanted a woman's husband. So being that he didn't want to cheat on his wife, she claimed and that he had touched her or whatever, and then that it was witches and stuff. And then there's a line in the movie, because in order to stay out of jail, he could have simply signed a statement if he had admitted guilt. And he said, "It's my name."
Wow.
You're messing with my name. I only get one name. And so what you're talking about again, as a black man, you said it, Brother Kenny. No matter what happens, there's always going to be an asterisk next to this man's name that somewhere he's going to be looked at as a rapist. It never goes away. And Miss Devin, it never stopped happening. So think about the context of this story. Something happened to her months ago, but she got to find a police officer. We call it today the Karen syndrome. And so the most dangerous thing you can be right now in America is a black man walking these damn streets. because somebody can simply point a finger at you and say you're guilty, and the preponderance of the evidence falls on you to prove that you're
burden is on you.
It happens in Central Park. It happens in pools. It happens in grocery stores, because the most precious commodity to America, if she say it happened, and she can cry, and it makes a difference. And so that's the country that we live in, and she absolutely should go to jail. You talked about Emmett Till, but nothing happens because last point to wrap it up, I always talk about the Maury Povich show. His entire most popular segment was "You the Father." He trots out women, in this case, these be some sisters too, that can claim that a man is the father, and oh my God, when it ends up not being true, but don't be harsh on them. Now, you know they feel that way towards my sisters. You damn sure ain't gonna attack no white woman.
Right.
Well, I will say this: it sucks that this is the standard in which we've set reciprocity and what is it called when you have to pay when you've done damage? What you got to pay? Restitution. This is a shame that the standard of restitution is a backhanded apology.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that man went through in prison, but I guarantee you that was the last thing he wanted was to hear that come out your mouth.
And he didn't accept the apology too. Through his lawyer, he basically shot her the finger. Your apology means nothing, which I totally understand. So
he said, "Let's go, Brandon." Yeah. All right. Let's keep it moving because we got a lot more to talk about. Y'all, there's a lot more junk out here in this world we got to talk about. But I think we're gonna take a detour right quick, Brother Kenny. I think you're up, sir.
Oh, yes, sir. Let's do it. I gotta give a shout out. Got to give a shout out to Miss Devin and them doggone Dallas Cowboys. They went to the Big Easy and came back with a W, 27-17. But don't get too happy. It ain't. That's just one. Yeah. They got Washington next. So
I never know when it's gonna happen again. So I have to celebrate.
So go ahead. We're gonna let you get your celebrate on. So go ahead. But now what we talking about? We're gonna talk about them Dallas Mavericks and that the big money billionaire. Oh, I'm sure he's a billionaire. Mark Cuban.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Mark Cuban bought a town in Texas. Did you guys know that?
Yep.
I did.
The name of the town is Mustang, Texas. He bought it
Navarro County.
He bought it from a friend, according to Cuban. This is what he told the Dallas Morning News. The town was listed in 2017 for $4 million, but it dropped. He got it for a cool $2 million. While it's only a very small town, it's only 76 acres with a population of 23 people. They've had some action. There was some action in that town, by doggone it.
Yes, it was.
They had a shooting at a strip club. How the hell you gonna have 23 people and have a strip club?
But I can tell you why.
Got 22.
I can tell you why. Devin probably can too. We know this place very well.
Oh, really? Oh, do you?
Navarro County finest.
It's in Navarro County, but it's really part of Corsicana, right? Where Devin and I are from. It's really part of Corsicana. So people in Corsicana are going to this, or working in and going to that. I forgot the name of the strip club. Devin, you remember it? I forgot. Whispers. That's what
I like the name.
Devin, you know the name of the club?
I know, so I can name 3 people that work there, but I ain't gonna say. Switch me back.
Devin, your name wasn't Diamond. Devin, your name hadn't been Diamond before in Mustang, Texas.
I didn't get the club. I've been hard up for $1 or $2, but I ain't never been that hard up. Now, what I'm saying, I may need a little bit more work in a couple of areas to be a strip club. If I ever have to go into that strip club, you might want to take a urine sample.
You ain't lying. It was disgusting from what I heard.
What you heard, Lamar?
Hold on, but those be the best ones.
Those
be the best ones.
Don't y'all get Black started. Don't y'all get him started.
Lamar talking about
I get you in my hometown.
Wow, that's funny. We've been full disclosure this morning.
Just tell you what I heard. I ain't seen it.
All right. Mustang, Texas. I don't know how many ponies has been over there, but okay.
That ain't Mustang. That's Angus. It's Angus.
It's
It's where the Bristows are.
Oh, okay.
And there's not a horse in sight
at all.
Well, he said he hadn't. Cuban said he hadn't decided what he's gonna do with it. He just,
get rid of all the people.
So Devin and Lamar, was that a good investment in your opinion? Since you guys know where it is.
It depends. If he want to put some, no, it ain't no good investment.
You ain't got nothing for him.
I ain't got nothing for him. Unless he about to put 10 billion some money into it to really build it up and make it a community, develop it and put some houses out there, then he might have something because it's not far from the water. It's not far from the water.
If he built anything, he putting up walls. You clowns ain't coming nowhere near that town.
Yeah, he can make some money from it if he develops it though, because it's real close to the water out there.
Now y'all know Jerry got some development here in Waxahachie.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. But this town about to get crazy real quick because Jerry's on his way. I will say this, man. These boys is playing Monopoly with real money. They're buying towns.
That's where I was gonna go. How again, please, viewers, don't think I'm racist on any way, but how great it is to be white. Just think about this. What you just said. Just think about that. That he can spend a cool $2 million and not even blink, and be able to tell his little child, I'm gonna give this to you on your 16th. We giving out little Boosie out here pulling stuff out of a suitcase, giving to his daughter, and she dancing and acting a damn fool. Meanwhile, he can give his child, I'm gonna give you a whole town.
Yes, sir.
And it's a great tax write-off.
Do whatever you want with it.
Do whatever you want to.
Yes, sir.
This is your time. You own the damn town. You walk down this street and name every street you want to, whatever you want to. How great it is to be white.
Wow. Yes, sir. These boys playing Monopoly, man. And we sitting up rolling dice, and
we still on dice.
Rolling. Yeah, we still rolling dice. Yeah.
Back to little Joe.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'll say this to the ladies at Whispers. They about to start screaming because y'all about to get out. Y'all be out of job. So y'all, they bringing in the real chicks from the city.
Baby dolls.
That's a long drive.
Cabaret East.
Oh, okay.
Cabaret West.
You telling it all.
Lamar, you know all the sites, my brother. When I'm
Black, I guess I know you gonna hang out when you come in. When you come in town, ain't you?
I'm sorry.
My goodness. All right. Well, thank you, Brother Kenny, for that. Cuban, Jones, man, y'all say something for the rest of us, man. We coming up.
Yes, sir.
Big billionaires, man.
Yeah, man. I'll be lucky. I keep my I add another acre to this land, but that's about all I can do. So, all right, man. What we got next?
DJ.
What DJ say, Lamar? What you been doing?
Yeah. I was gonna ask that too, DJ, but I didn't want to get in this business.
I just been in prayer.
Okay. Right. Okay.
All right. Let's get back focused, family. Cutting up. All right. So listen, y'all. I got to get serious right quick because this gentleman, Jeffrey Goldberg, has written an article from the Atlantic. And he says this, y'all. He says January 6th, this has been a year, almost a year, y'all. This is crazy. And we still don't know even a fourth of what we're supposed to know. And it'll be a year next month. That's crazy. Matter of fact, 1 month from today, it's gonna be the day. Y'all, Jeffrey Goldberg says that was just practice. He said January 6th was just a practice run for what's about to take place in either 22 or 24 election. I believe him.
I believe him.
I believe him. And I'm going to tell you why I believe him, because he says the people who have the responsibility to stop this from happening is the GOP leaders. And guess what, y'all? These clowns are revving up this engine. I mean, y'all, if y'all don't understand what's going on, they're literally, listen, if Mark and Jerry are buying a property, well, these boys are playing chess and they're taking the pawns that we have taken off the board and they put them back on the board. And now they're running for the different. They're literally sitting up telling you what's going to happen right in front of your face, that even if you vote they're gonna change it.
Right.
And they're doing it right in your face.
Yeah.
And what's so funny is that Black talking about there ain't no win-win. It's a catch-22. Well, if he win, there's gonna be a problem, and if he lose, there's gonna be a problem. I'm just telling y'all better make sure them guns is oiled up. That's all I'm telling you. Because these boys, they said that was practice, man. Practice.
Oh, I definitely believe it.
So what do y'all? Okay, and I know this is just us speculating, right? What is it that our minds are telling us that we are anticipating to take place in these next couple of years? What you think, Kenny? If we had to think about it.
I think the state of Texas and the state of Georgia are already in the forefront of what's going to happen. I mean, especially with Texas with the voting rights laws that they've finagled and they've moving around and all that. And Georgia is right behind. The GOP is basically saying they're getting ready to run them up, and they basically they're gonna say you can stop me if you want to, and can't nobody stop us. So we're gonna do what we want to do. And they complicit. I mean, they complicit in a lot of things that's going on in government. They really they turn a blind eye, and both parties too. I'm gonna say the Democrats too. It's both parties, but the GOP is the one that's really like, you know what? I don't give a damn about y'all. What y'all think? We're getting ready to take our country back. That's basically what they're getting ready to do.
You know what you say about the Democrats is it's like a weak mama telling a 3-year-old to stop as he's tearing up the drapes off the window.
Right.
Stop.
Right.
Exactly. That's a no. Stop it. Y'all will pass a debt ceiling because y'all don't want no problems, but the Voting Act is still a problem. But we can't figure that out. Yeah. Really?
And you can't figure out police reform either. We can't figure that out either, huh?
Yeah, I know y'all think we that stupid. Listen, I only know 2 people that let you piss on their feet and tell them it's raining. They both in jail right now.
One of them killed himself, Epstein.
You know,
right? Right.
Devin.
That's because he was a freak like that.
Right.
Auntie, now listen, I'm not asking if you're voting or not. I just want to know where you think this is headed.
I mean, one of the good things about the type of people, because I was telling the story to a family member. I ran into somebody in a Trump shirt and a Trump hat the other day, standing by the little Salvation Army bell. You know what I'm saying? And I almost gave them my $2, but I'm like, what am I doing? And then they kind of looked at me and was like, what's the problem? I'm like, y'all stupid. I mean, he's on a rolling walker, ringing a bell at Salvation Army, probably, making $10 for the day. My point is, a lot of the people who do this kind of stuff, they dumb. They dumb as a box of rocks. And they brag. They like to brag about what they're doing. So while they were just practicing, now the FBI will be practicing tapping their phones and listening to what they're saying, because they're always going to be talking, and they're going to keep bragging, and they're going to keep talking, and they're going to do this until it's time for him to run again. And then they're going to want to act a fool. And no, they won't be able to catch it all, but they'll be able to catch most. And what they also don't know that they're doing is they're alienating themselves from a lot of other Republicans who don't want no parts of this nonsense. So that's why a lot of these reds are flipping the blues, because they're just sick of them. They want to change the narrative. So they don't know they're shooting themselves in the foot. If they could just act like they have some common sense. Because what I wanted to tell the dude with the red shirt on, and he probably had the same shirt and wore it every weekend for the last several years, and it probably stink because he looked like he didn't take very good care of himself. But what he doesn't understand is he's actually harming himself, because a lot of Republicans don't want to be associated with that foolishness. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if they get it, but I just think instead of people like going against them, you should just kind of let them do it. We won't catch them all, but like you say, most of us are armed just like they are, and they don't. They usually tell you when they're coming.
Okay, so Lamar, I know you're finna say something, so I'm gonna add this to this point, since you and Devin finna go there. But this is what they're doing. This is what the Republicans are doing. They saying I'm not running. I'm out. I'm retiring. Well, what that's gonna help? that you retiring, why don't you say something about what they're doing instead of you just acting like you don't see what's going on? What is retiring gonna do to help the problem?
They ain't got no choice. The thing is, the radical edge, the radical wing of the Republican Party has taken over. They've gotten very powerful, in my opinion. So you either gonna retire, or it's career suicide anyway. You're not gonna, if you ain't on the right side, the radical side, you're not gonna get elected no more. That's why they retire. They don't want to get out here and try to do all this fundraising and trying to raise all this money to lose. So that's why they tucking their tails between their legs. So I'm really torn and bothered by this whole thing. There's a radical Republican side, and there's also a radical Democrat side too, like the AOCs and all that. That's want to just give money away to lazy folks.
Not with the sweater on, Doc. Not with the sweater on. Not with the sweater on.
I caught myself. Okay, caught myself. So so it's two radical ends, but the radical side on the Republicans is a dangerous side because it's the racist folks are rearing their heads and they're not hiding no more. They're putting their sheets back on. So that's how.
Okay, Black. I'm gonna leave it for you, man. Sum this thing up, man. What? I don't know. I'm leaving right there. I'm just gonna say this for him. I'm not afraid, but doggone it. Again, we talked about Purge last week. Now we talking about House of Cards. I had to go back and start watching the show again. I was like, man, what's really funny? Maybe they're gonna tell me Netflix to tell me what's gonna happen.
It's very House of Card-ish.
Yes.
Which for me, I'm actually very afraid. On so many levels, you guys have given me so much to think about. I wish, Miss Devin, you're an optimist in this situation, and I wish I could believe that, but I tend to lean towards the more of the conspiracy theorist portion of it. To me, it's no coincidence that they've just released on HBO the documentary about the assassination of JFK, that they've dredged it back up right now. And so you guys want to talk about the radical left and the Republicans retiring, but that's all of a part of it as well, because they're not retiring and going away and those seats are going towards people who are making things better. They're either grandfathering in their own relatives with the nepotism, or like you said, Brother Lamar, there's a whole new nasty new element of radical leftists that's coming to take it to the next level. So when we want to talk about this was just practice, I blame the Democrats even more.
Me too.
You gave an example about a mother and a child. And we all on here, parents, if you tell your child, don't do something because this is going to be the consequences, and you don't follow through as a parent, you've just lost credibility.
Shit, brother.
So they're going to push that envelope even further. I got two brothers who are no longer on this earth. Both, went through a transformation of dealing. It started off with marijuana, drinking marijuana, crack, HIV and AIDS, and dying. And they graduated to all these different levels because I would never say this to my mother's face, but you kept putting a safety net underneath them to make them think that no matter what they did, you could get them out of it. And so there was no stop there. So what happened on January 6th, it was a test run. It's almost like Jurassic Park where they poked the fence and found out the weaknesses. And so here we had an administration take over, and we're damn near a year into this. Nothing happened to Trump. Nothing happened to his people. And so they've tested the fences, and they've been able to not only put more people in positions to help them out. You talked about Florida and Georgia. Stacey Abrams is running again here in Georgia. And now Kemp is being challenged by one of Trump's boys who's going to put the full weight behind him because Kemp didn't vote to have the ballots recounted. They are where the Democrats are playing checkers, the Republicans are playing chess. And this whole nice guy routine, and we're going to let it go slap on the wrist, they're more despicable than anything else. The sycophants are winning, and they know what the weaknesses are. And nothing's happening until some of these new senators that have been put in office. They've rewritten American history, because where the hell they do that at, that we can have an open insurrection in full view. This is worse than Rodney King getting his ass beat.
Yes, sir.
And still there was no consequences. And so the fact of the matter is, we are on the fringe element of something so scary that if they could get away with that, we're at a place where they can kill a president and they can conduct a full insurrection in full view, because we live in a world now where it was captured. Hell, I was working that afternoon and watched it like I was watching a comedy show, and still nothing happened.
Yep.
So you damn right, that's just the beginning, because this man is the most dangerous man on the planet right now, and nobody will stand up and say it. I despise the freaking Democrats for their weaknesses, because fundamentally, you guys asked me on the show last time about my role as Jehovah's Witness and not being on the political process. Fundamentally, where they do that at? If any one of us right now, if you was at war with another family on your street, they was out to destroy you. Where is it written that y'all get in a fight, you burn his house down, then you turn around and build that man a house? And that's exactly what the Democrats do. If you're gonna conquer somebody, you put them out of their damn misery so they can never rise again. But that's not what we do. And that's not what the Democrats are all about. And I cannot get behind them because they have no backbone.
Yep.
I agree.
I'll say this as we close this out. I don't believe it's naivete. I don't think they're being naive. I think they're sleeping with the enemy. And I really don't believe that. I believe that if your enemy of your enemy is actually your friend. So ultimately, I believe that we are looking at, since Black been doing movie references, eyes wide shut. You're just wearing a mask and everybody's acting like y'all not there, and all y'all doing really sick stuff. So eyes wide shut. I don't know. Whatever. But listen, as long as I got an internet and this thing's still running, I'm gonna just tell the truth on y'all. So there won't nobody say ain't nobody told y'all nothing. Because we telling y'all. So just look out. That was practice.
Can I just say, for when it is election time, I think people need to think about how these people campaigned this last go round and what they said they were gonna do.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Ain't crap happen. Ain't nothing.
Proof is in the pudding, as they say.
Yeah, I will say this too, and you can go and put up the next thing, ma'am. The federal election is not what the problem is. The state elections. This is where they finna fight at. They fighting in the states, not the federal. Yeah. So y'all better vote for these local congressmen in these district 7, 10, and 18s, because these are the people that's finna have the power to do it, because this is where they want to take the fight. Because if y'all don't know, the Supreme Court just said that, well, we're not going to get involved with election. We're going to leave it up to the states.
That's right.
I mean,
yep, there you go.
That's why I shut. Yeah, all right. Y'all, okay. It is what it is. Listen, I can't wait for Metaverse to get here, because I'm leaving. I'm telling you.
You go, bro.
I'm leaving, man. Listen, I'm going to be somewhere in my chair. They're going to say, Dad, here's your first grandbaby. And I'm like, don't bother me, son. I'm busy. Toxic mindset. I love these new urban words that we just use and just to try to identify things. We got toxic masculinity. Is that toxic feminism still? I don't know. Yeah, whatever. So we had a story about a young man whose mother posted a picture of him cooking on for lack of a better term, Fisher Price kitchen set. And she posted a picture of him doing that, and she began to rant about the fact that she didn't want to hear no comments from no toxic mindset of why he in the kitchen cooking in a kitchen set. He should be doing this, that, and the third. And I thought that was very interesting because, I didn't see it what he was cooking on at first, but because my mind went to my daughters playing with a kitchen set with all the feminine colors and all the nice little dinkets and all the stuff that come with it. But when I saw the picture, it looked like a industrial oven, stainless steel looking thing. And I said to myself, for like 2 seconds, I guess she would have said I had toxic mindset. And I said, and what was interesting to me was but once I saw it, I said, and his parents began to explain that he's chef so-and-so. And I said, are we really that indoctrinated with this whole gender situation? Now, I believe it has its place, but until it was explained properly, I too had a moment of, I guess, toxic mindset. I didn't after I saw it, but y'all saw the picture. I mean, if you saw it and you did, okay, so let's talk about it. Cousin, what did you think about it when you saw it? And what you say?
It didn't. I heard about it before I saw it, so I had already made up my mind because I already knew that there was going to be backlash because of gender, quote unquote, gender roles and what guys and girls are able to do. So I kind of got defensive about it already, kind of like the mom did, because I don't see a problem with boys learning how to be chefs. I think we try to send our boys to play sports and rap too dang much versus learning how to do other things. So yeah, so that's how I feel about it. I don't see nothing wrong with it. But there are a lot of people that did have a lot of issues with it.
Yeah, Kendrick, how did you take it? Did you get caught up right quick, or it was just automatically was like it's a great idea?
I mean, when I first saw the picture, when I read the caption first, and then in my mind I said, well, if you don't want nobody to be toxic, don't post it. You know, if you don't want nobody, if you don't want nobody to comment on it, don't post the doggone picture. That's true. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
I love this show. I love this show.
But outside of that, man, I'm like, yo, our boys need to learn how to do stuff like that. They need to know how to cook and clean and wash and clean up. So me personally, it's a little boy. If you want to be a chef, most of the best chefs in the world are men. They grew up cooking, so I didn't see nothing. I wasn't tripping on the picture. I was just tripping on the mama already, just trying to call me toxic. If I ain't like
it, she was looking for a fight.
Yeah, she was looking for one.
She was daring you to say
she wanted some smoke.
I ain't had no problem with the picture. Me personally.
Yeah. All right, Auntie, how'd you take it?
I think that if the caption wasn't placed on the photo, that no one would have cared. Like if she would have posted the photo and said, I'm teaching my baby how to cook for himself so he never have to ask anybody for anything. Or if it was like a play washer and dryer, I'm making sure when he gets out my house, he can take care of himself and he don't need mama to cook him a meal. And then no one would have cared. I think when she put the whole argument up, she did it intentionally. It was actually like clickbait. And people bought it, right? It's not like she sat him down in a pink dress with a pink baby doll. And, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't think that the cooking was that big a deal, you know, because I don't think anybody would ever care. Like I feel like you guys are all very masculine men. You know what I'm saying? And I think if you saw your son on the stove trying to make a steak and something like that, you'll be like, go son, make me one, flip that over, make sure it's done. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You would not care. I just don't think that's a big deal. That wouldn't have bothered me. And I just think it's different now with a lot of men. A lot of men want to know how to cook and do laundry and clean and take care of himself, you know, to avoid depending on a woman for that. You know what I'm saying? Because then you just feel nasty.
All right, thank you, Black. I know you got something interesting to say.
Oh, how I wish I agreed with y'all.
Man, you always throwing curveballs, boy.
Listen,
you always throwing curveballs,
and sometimes you throwing the ones that got his pain.
And I'm keeping it 1,000. I am that toxic male. I am a chauvinist down to my heart.
Oh, God.
So before I even saw the picture, I agree with you, Ms. Devin. Had I not saw the picture and you just said, hey, I'm teaching my son how to cook, wouldn't have had a thing in the world. But the problem is that where we're at now in this society, by posting that picture, you're not teaching them how to cook. I got brothers and sisters, I'm the youngest, and I had to cook in the kitchen and wash dishes and wash clothes. And I moved out on my own when I was 16 years old, and I don't need a woman to do it. Even when I was married, my wife never. I did all the cooking, I did the shopping, grocery shopping, I did the cleaning. Only thing I didn't do in that house, my wife cut the grass. I'm a city boy. I don't do the grass thing, so I can take care of myself. But my problem with it is the toy, the damn toy stove. And I don't care if it looked like an industrial thing. You're a punk, and to me, you know, you're sending the wrong signal about it, you know, and I have an absolute problem with it. I have a son. I did everything in my power, and he still got up and started sucking penises and got extremely popular. I can't do nothing about it. And my thing is because all of the effort I put into it for him to teach, I taught him how to cook a burger. Well, I'll be damned if he was going to learn how to cook real good and still be on his knees. God bless you. I love you, sir. But having said that, we're fighting a tidal wave of influence out there that's telling our young sons that it's okay and it's all right. And so I can't do nothing about it. You know, the best thing out there, if you're going to be good at something, son, be good at it. So, you know, God bless you. You know, but I'm just saying.
You going Martin Luther King on him, Doc?
I am that toxic male, and I got a problem with it. And that's why we're producing a generation that he one step away from the stove being pink and purple and him having on a dress, because we've taken away the formula that made men into men. He need his ass whooped.
Mm-hmm. You know I'm gonna be ready to be devil's advocate with you, Black. You know that, right? You know there are brothers that wear jeans and they cut grass and they shoot baskets. You know they suck D too. You know that, right? Absolutely. So it don't matter if
what they're doing.
That's why I told my personal story.
Okay, but what I'm saying is to counter what you just said, I'm just saying you can raise your boy up to be masculine, and he can still end up being gay.
That's literally what I'm saying. What I'm telling you. Okay,
but so I'm just trying to figure out why would you have a problem with that little boy just learning?
Because I think the pendulum for me, I am toxic, and I miss the good old days when you told a little boy, no, you don't jump rope. No, boys don't jump rope. No, boys don't carry purses.
Boxers jump rope though.
Boxers jump rope. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the double Dutch con. The pendulum has swung so far until we've blurred the lines about what's masculine. That's gonna be a clip. I'm pulling that. I am a toxic male. I am a chauvinist to my heart. Absolutely. Because I can say the same thing about these carpet munching hoes out here. You know, they think that they shouldn't be doing either.
Wow. Hey, audience! I just want y'all to know we love each other, but we will go in each other. So don't think we getting upset. We just go back and forth. That's all.
I agree, but may I ask a question? And just because I'm curious, and you're always honest, right? There are a lot of YouTubers that are gay that I follow.
Me too.
And but what I was going to say is one of the things that they have said to me is a lot of the men who have experienced that toxic masculinity, a lot of them grow up and they get married and they have children. And one YouTuber I know of in particular says those are the majority of the men he sleeps with. Absolutely. So, and I know, and I can say it when I say it. I know for a fact, especially in my line of work, I have been seeing so many Black women that have become now positive for HIV. And I'm not saying that has anything to do with it, because there are lots of reasons that you can contract that disease. Mm-hmm. But I just know that is the particular type of community that disease has been connected to, as well as like IV drug use and things of that nature. So I just feel like if we make people more comfortable with their femininity, maybe we can kind of deflect from some of that, because I don't want my toxic masculine man, picking me up and tossing me around the room, because I like it for that moment. But then he on his knees with Joe the next day. I want him to be
right. I get it. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying.
Now, I'm old school, don't get me wrong. So my little boy, and maybe I was wrong, y'all can tell me. When he was a kid, he was raised with two sisters. He knew the G.I. Joe or whatever was his, and the baby doll was my girl's. And he knew, and we tried not to intermingle. My girls were hard-headed, so I was still kissing him, putting hair bows in his hair and stuff, making fun of him. But they knew that was unacceptable. You know what I'm saying?
That's the point I'm making.
And maybe that is what that is. But what I'm saying is maybe I was too strict. I don't know.
Okay.
So again, that's the thing though. But I think somewhere in there, and I'm gonna go back 20 years, that when we had a bunch of irresponsible men out here making babies, and not sticking around to be fathers. And now you have a couple of generations of kids being raised in households with no masculine representation, raised by aunties and grandmas and nanas. And so we created a world where through reality TV talk shows, we were being told that it's okay to get in touch with your feminine feelings. Look, I'm not hard as a rock, but we live in a world now where men cry out that for every damn thing. You can't turn on a show. You can't turn on American Idol. Before they damn dance and come out and sing, everybody got a story about, I'm doing this because my mom. We lost masculinity in this world. And that's my problem. So much so that my son is growing up in a world where it's told that it's okay to suck dick. That you're just normal. And it's okay. And it's not okay.
Thank you, Black. I appreciate it. I'm gonna let him cool off for a minute. Let me have it. Thank you. I appreciate it. All great thoughts. I appreciate it.
Boy, this show is awesome. This is an awesome show. I can't even front.
Listen, y'all know you're in there drinking, so he don't care. So he don't care right now.
Lamar, you gotta make sure you archive this show.
I got so many clips I'm pulling out of there. That double dutch.
Man, wasn't that nice? Look at I can see Lee right. I can see Lee right now doing that thing. Just yeah.
Oh God.
So okay, so I want to say this as I need to close this moment. The reason why I believe that situation was so difficult for us to work through is because what Lee said, and this is where I was going to be with this, because the women now who are trying to raise men, they failed. And so now if we don't have proper context, that can come across as a woman trying to teach a man something that only his father could teach him. But in that same breath, I've said this once and I'll say it again. Everybody you sleep with ain't daddy material. They were just there for you that moment.
Right.
So I would rather you move on and don't force a sucker to try to do something that he never intended to do in the first place.
That's true.
Right? Because I promise you, every time he lay down with somebody, it is not for the intent to raise a healthy man.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so that's what I'm getting at. Best, yeah. So here it is. The reason why we could not take it the right way at the beginning is because we're doing so many things wrong. But because that young man has a mother and a father, and they're going to walk him down the path of understanding that you don't have to be a woman to cook, but don't let nobody mistake you either because you want to be a chef. Right. So that's where I want to be with that moment. So, unfortunately, again, we created this mess and we trying to ask somebody else to clean it up. Just not gonna happen. So
yeah, that's a whole show topic.
Ain't lying.
Yeah, Lee may pick it up this weekend. I don't know.
I actually trying to stay away from this subject.
Do you? You do a horrible job getting away from it, Doc. You was a bad player when they played tag. Well, you just stand there. I'm on base. All right, man. What we got next? Oh, I got a little more bad news for y'all. Listen, all you social media socialites, and can't wait to get to the metaverse. Well, look what the government done did now. Now these debt collectors finna come see y'all on social media. So while you got your name as Candy, Can't Get Enough, Baby Doll 2022, yeah, when they find out who you really is, they're gonna hit you with a comment on your live saying, hey, you still owe $820 at the tote to note. You're gonna wonder why you're getting all these extra comments on your lives, because they want their money, y'all. So now the social media says that debt collectors have the right, they have permission to now contact people via social media. So right now,
how are they gonna do? I mean,
exactly. That's a good
how
question.
they gonna do that? How are
they haven't gave details like that, but apparently, I know that. Yeah, I don't know. It ain't gonna. For some reason, they're gonna be able to put it out there. I'm pretty sure that HIPAA won't allow them to do it. They probably gonna be able to get into your messenger. Maybe
that's the only thing I could think.
Yeah, I think that's what they said.
Yeah,
but then it'll go to your filter, though.
It's going right to the spam.
Right, it's going right to the spam, so you may not never see it anyway. They think they smart. They think they smart, dumbasses.
Matter of fact,
y'all ain't smart. Yeah.
Matter of fact, yeah.
Hey,
go ahead.
We already know, man. I already know. Hey, bro, you going to my filter? I ain't gonna see you. Plus, I got 3 or 4 different profiles on there anyway, so you gonna have to pick and choose which one you looking for, because there's a bunch of me on there.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna hit that harassment. I'm reporting you harassing me.
Right.
You harassing me. And matter of fact, we got producers. Taylor, if you ever see some mess come up about any money, it ain't a super chat. I need it to be blocked.
That's it. They coming in with a negative super
earlier
chat.
I said how good it is. I'm sorry, go ahead, my brother.
No. Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
I was just saying, remember earlier I said how good it is to be white? In this instance, how great it is to be black.
Yeah.
We don't fear debt collectors the way they do.
Oh, no.
You know, Devin said something on one of these shows before. You talked about your student loan debt, and that was the most beautiful thing I ever heard in my life. You said, to the day you die, you gonna owe them. I couldn't agree with you more. I got mine, but you think I'm in a rush to pay you off, and you think I'm gonna be embarrassed if you find me on so. When debt collectors call me, I have a great conversation with them on the phone. That's my damn phone. I don't run from them. Yes, so do you have intention of paying? Not in this lifetime. That's what do to me. I ain't gotta block you, man. It's great to be black.
Wow. Literally, it's great to be black. Well, I will say this. I once felt that way till I dodged them toes for a minute until they said, "Oh, you can't get your inspection." I said, "What?"
Yeah.
My inspection sticker. I said, "I can't get an inspection." I said, "Oh man, all right. Well, I guess I pay that $300 something toll." So I don't know. It worked like that for some of them, not everybody. So y'all be careful out there. And I'm just saying, you can run, but you can't hide no more because they coming to get y'all. So
it's gonna be interesting.
Devin, you gonna set you up another profile?
I'm gonna report them for perpetuating hate and violence. They are putting out hate and propaganda on the internet. And I feel unsafe, and then I'm gonna try to get them blocked from just all social media. Period. I'm trying for my life, and they spewing hate rhetoric.
They creating depression, huh? All that kind of stuff. I know that's right.
The hate rhetoric.
That's funny.
I ain't got time for that. I already got the verbiage written up. As soon as they want to, it's gonna be a cut and paste on all of them. Cut paste. I'm reporting to everybody.
Right.
Well,
report
that's it. Well, I'll say this. I mean, good luck, debt collectors, because as you can tell, we don't care. So
at all.
Really don't. At all.
Good luck with that. And I guess we'll see y'all in the metaverse. Because that's all way you gonna get your money from me. So all right, let's go on to the next thing. Boosie's at it again, y'all.
Oh Lord, he won't just go away.
Yeah, well, man, let's show the video and then we'll talk about it on the other end. I don't even know.
Hold on, don't touch him yet.
All right. We'll be patient, like I've been doing the last couple months. I'll be patient and to do your shit. Go ahead and shine for me then.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. Everybody on that picture didn't look happy for her. And for good reason. And this is what I don't understand about people who have money. Like, you're very insensitive. Again, I'm not here to bash that brother because that's what he want to do for his kids. Because I think a few months ago we showed him doing kind of the same thing for his son.
Right. His son, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he got like
5,000. He gave him 5,000.
Yeah.
Is that the same son? He got a woman to screw on. Stripper to screw on.
That's him.
So for those of you who hadn't seen this show, and shout out to Taylor for doing that on the fly. Appreciate you, man. She the real MVP.
That's my daughter. She's awesome.
That is, yes, sir.
She is awesome.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, man. So listen, y'all. First of all, he pulls out new shoes, perfume, and they just toss it around like it ain't nothing, right? She moves it to the side. You see her with a necklace on. Then he starts stacking $1,000 on the table. And she's getting excited. And she's talking about how she's about to get her hustle on. And all I can think about is, that's not a hustle. That's a handout. You know what I'm saying? Like, what he's teaching them is the old man, don't give them a fish. Teach them how to fish so they'll never be. So when you're gone, and I know I'm adding more to it, but when you're gone, bro, they know how to fish. When Boosie out of here, then they're going to be like two deers in the headlight trying to figure out how they're going to. The only person that's going to give you that kind of money is the government, and you're going to have to be somewhere very low and having a lot of babies. So I unfortunately, what I saw in that picture was the intent to do nice, but I felt like that should have been an intimate situation because everybody in that room, I saw somebody in that room that has the potential to take something from your daughter. And I don't care what you say. I don't care how much money you have. You can't be around your kids 24/7. And when you show people that, and the way times are hard today, somebody's looking for an easy out and they'll take your life. And I just didn't appreciate that. So maybe I'm on the wrong side, and that's why I got 4 other people here to say something, because maybe I don't see it right. So let's start with Black. What you see, Black?
So like you, I had a lot of problems. I think his intentions were good. I really do. He's a product of his own environment, came from nothing. He's rapper, rich, and he's trying to bestow upon his kids the best of everything. It's unfortunate because the lessons and that he's instilling in them is what you said, that it's an unrealistic expectation
big time
of what being responsible is all about. And it doesn't teach them to respect money either.
Yep.
We're going to skip over the fact that she was a little manly something. So, anyway, but that's a whole nother thing. But my thing, then you open them up. You saw it, get the shine on, but okay. Then you, like you said, you open them up to possibly. See, y'all making me lose my point, but to be everything. But I'm just saying, it's sad because we talked about Mark Cuban earlier.
Right?
My people, and bless their heart, but we're not teaching our kids to respect money and wealth and earning and accountability. And so we're producing, again, another generation of irresponsible young adults who think things are going to be given to them. It's going to be easy. Just look at the TikTok generation, and I ain't going to go there with my son, but he's lazy and it doesn't work because his mom put him in a position where everything she buys for him. And I'm just not going to do that. We miss those good old days when you could go become a packer, pack groceries, carry bags for older seniors and stuff, because this generation thinks that it's their birthright to wear brand new Jordans and be given this and given that. And his intentions are good, but he's doing that young lady way more harm than good, in my personal opinion.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%.
Go ahead, good.
I agree 100%. I think he is he's multiplying. He's multiplying what he is, which is a flashy somebody that comes that don't know nothing about how to really do much but rap or whatever he do. Only thing is she ain't got the talent he got, and she may not make it big like he did. So when he is gone, what is she gonna have? The few dollars that he may leave her, and then once it's gone, it's gone. And then he's giving her cash. So that means you want to be flashy, you want people to see it, you setting up to get robbed, and you giving her cash. Why don't you put it in a CD or put it in the bank, get her some stock, do something. You're not teaching them nothing. And yes, because he's an idiot. And it almost goes back to what we talked about earlier, the dads. Some people ain't dads. Because they got a dangling between their legs, they ain't daddies. They can't teach nothing. Right. They can't, even though they're in the house, they do more damage than they do good in raising kids. That's it.
Yep. All right, Devin, slide us to the other side. What you see?
First of all, I'm gonna need Black to leave that lady and her billfold alone. That lady and her billfold ain't bothering nobody. Second of all, everything that he's doing is like broke boy behavior. It's like new money. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like if we were to give one of our kids $100 or $50, the first thing they're gonna want to do is take a picture with it on social media because they ain't never had it before. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to be funny, but I don't think Lil Boosie had a hit since Wipe Me Down. Time ago. So I don't know how he got the kind of money where he could just splurge $50,000 like that. Let's say he even worth the $500,000. Nobody who's worth that would give their kid $50,000 to just splurge. I mean, when are we gonna start buying our children things that have growth, stock, stuff like that? When are we going to start acting like that way? I just don't understand it. Like I think Boosie's trash. You know what I'm saying? And I worry about where the money comes from. I'm gonna be honest with you. And he probably feel like his daughter be able to handle it because in them pants she probably was carrying. But you know what I'm saying? But it was just inappropriate. It was everything about it was just inappropriate. I didn't like it. He's trash. He's garbage, and he act like a broke boy. On the news from the hometown on Facebook with the pictures with the money in their face and distasteful.
All right, Kenny, what you got, brother?
Shoot, man, the morning team, you guys pretty much hit it out the park, but I definitely agree with what you said, Brenton. The big thing is I think he's setting to do that on social media. You're putting your daughter in a position to be a target. When you flashing that type of money, just like you said, everybody that's watching there and everybody that was in their room, they not liking her and they not liking that. So there's envy and jealousy. There's envy and jealousy in your own crew a lot of times. So I think Boosie intentions were good, but I think they need to quit all this being flashy on social media. My thing is, being a father, and he got like 10 kids, I think, he's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, because, if he wasn't taking care of him, we'll be sitting up here bashing him too. But now he is, we see that he is kind of, even though we don't agree with his style, we still kind of have some negative to say about him too. But I'm from this part is I think that should have been an intimate moment between him and his daughter. We didn't need to know all that. We didn't need to see all that. And then all the other things he said and with his son getting him a hooker and all that. I mean, that's bad parenting. I mean, yeah, you there for your kids, but your damn parenting skills is trash, bro. Come on.
And let's just say that his son was a 13-year-old female. And when he hired a 13-year-old man to sleep with his teenage children, he'd be under the jail and he'd be scum of the
Exactly.
So I don't think it should be different in relation to teenagers. Lil Boosie is trash to me. He's somebody that whoever slept with him should have read the Yelp reviews and gone near him. That was
another clip.
Ridiculous.
I wish Devin would really just tell her how she really feel though. Sometimes.
You know, Devin gonna come with it straight with no chasing. That's how
always just kind of taking it easy with everybody. Come on, tell us how you really feel. All right, Boosie. Well, you did it. We talking about it. Like you said, if you don't want nobody to say nothing, then stop putting it on there. All right, y'all. I think we got one more. We're gonna get out of here. Red Table. I don't talk about the Red Table. Y'all know Jalen. I ain't talking about them. I just want to talk about what was talked about in this moment. So for me, they had a show with Sandra Bullock. I really liked her when she did movies. I felt some type of way about this little situation. So apparently throughout this show, this Red Table episode, Sandra has adopted black kids. And I don't have a problem with people doing that because statistics show that a lot of people who adopt children, they normally adopt outside of their race. But my problem I took with Sandra was she wanted to feel some type of way because she wished that she could be in her and her children had the same color skin. And it didn't sound like she wanted the kids to be white. She wanted to see how it felt to be black. And I thought, now you're being disingenuous. Because I promise you, ain't a white woman in the world want to be a black woman. Not one. And I don't even think a trailer park white woman want to be a successful black woman. Right? I think maybe some trailer park women make more money than middle class black women. All right, and I'll move on from that statement. But so this is my thing. I'm cool with you wanting to help, but why are you wanting to help? Like the way she was she was seeming like she was just so concerned. Like there was some white help coming for the black kids. It's like, and some of the things she was talking about was like, well, that's what we go through every day. So, you know, I didn't want to address the whole foster care thing, although I could. That's a whole nother show. But at the same time, if y'all saw what she said, I just want to know, do we take sincerity from her wanting to adopt black children? She ain't married, she's shacking, so she ain't teaching them that. And you know, and she was so concerned by all the trauma they went through. Well, that's every black kid that live in poverty. So you know, that ain't nothing new. So you know, y'all saw it. Lamar, did you see it? What you think?
I'm devil's advocate on this one. Listen.
Well, come on in, devil.
I think I hate when we attack. I feel like we attack white folks for doing stuff like for we got little Negro kids sitting in foster care, sleeping in the CPS office.
Not Negro, yeah.
and a white rich person, celebrity, chooses to adopt these kids, and we immediately start talking. The media immediately starts talking about what's the reason? Who cares? I don't care what the reason is. This kid ain't got to sleep in CPS no more. He living a life with this celebrity that's rich. I don't care. And I think what she said was taken out of context as it relates to wanting them to be the same color. She basically just saying she doesn't like that they have to experience what they have to experience, and she's not able to empathize with them really because she don't know what it's like to be black. So she wished that they were more the same, so she could really understand and really help them through the trauma that they may experience as being black, is what I think she was trying to convey. But white folks don't know how to convey that stuff, and we wait for every little thing to try to attack them. Oh no, Madonna, and all of them that get these black kids. I applaud them. Thank you. Because
Angelina Jolie,
what it take for all these black families, all these rich black folks, they not going to get these little kids out of these CPS offices, and if they ain't gonna do it unless they get some foster care money. Once that dry up, they back going from house to house, and then the uncle's screwing them, and then they get jacked up, and they grow up and be jacked up kids.
Lord, Lee is rubbing off on everybody this morning. All right.
It really irritates me. I hate that, man.
I hate you, brother. Thank you. I respect your position. I agree with you. Kenny, how'd you see it, brother?
I'm just another white woman getting black kids, between her and Angelina Jolie and Madonna. They love us. I mean, be honest with you, white women love us. So let's go and keep it funky. They love us. I would say this though. I don't think she was being disingenuous. I really think she was really trying to figure out how to she wants to empathize, I think. And my thing is, I think anytime if you adopt a child that's outside your race, especially a white, you do really have to go a little bit extra just to really try to understand what it means to be black in America. Now, you won't never because you're not black, but do your due diligence. Make sure you're going to letting them know their culture. Make sure you're going and speaking with those of a different black culture that maybe that can help you understand. So I really think I'm like Lamar. I think sometimes we just try to be mad at white folks for everything.
Every damn thing.
Well, they do piss me off about a lot of stuff, but this one they ain't pissed me off about. She ain't pissed me off about this one. So.
All right, thank you, sir. Auntie, what you think?
Well, first of all, I'm just sick of them getting black kids and not learning how to comb their hair. Like these kids be on TV looking a hot mess. If you rich and you a millionaire and you done adopted some black kids, you need to be adopting a black nanny or a black hairdresser or somebody that can mess with these black kids' hair. They shouldn't be looking like a hot mess. They look like little Ethiopian children that's homeless and been outside playing in the dirt.
They automatically make them natural. They automatically go natural when they get.
But even our natural kids, we know how to take care of their hair. And they walk around cute with their little poofs and their little froze and stuff like that. Now that's what I'm sick of. But what I think the problem is with a lot of this is they knew that they were adopting black children when they adopted black children, but I don't think they knew what the experience was going to be. I don't think they really knew what that was until they took these kids out in public or these kids went to school. I think they almost felt like, well, if I adopt them, they're going to be normal because they're rich, they're my kids. And then they realize it don't matter who you are because your money can't buy them acceptance and your money can't buy them equality. Your money can't buy any of that. So now they feel bad for these kids. I was putting got to be glued in my hair at a young age, right?
He was raised by white people, so he
okay.
Wow.
These adoption agencies, I think when they adopt Black children, you know, they talk to them about that stuff, but they need to be giving them some classes and doing these kids' hair and stuff and making sure they put lotion on them and stuff like that. Like there's just certain things you got to do with Black kids so that they don't stand out in certain ways. And I'm being funny, but I'm not being funny because I'm tired of these kids being on TV looking a hot mess because Black women, our kids, they have 4C hair too, but they don't look like that. But anyway, I just think that it bothers her that these kids are feeling, she can see that these kids are Black and different than her. And I don't think she thought she was going to experience that. She thought they were just going to be Black. But when they go out into the world, it doesn't matter who their mama is or who adopted them. They still Black and they gonna fit it.
She thought they'd be automatically get that privilege card. That's not the case.
And that's not how that works.
Right.
All right, Black.
Uh-oh.
Come on, give us
No,
some
no,
good old wisdom.
I'm just saying, it didn't offend me. I didn't even think she was being disingenuous. I actually love her even more. She didn't just adopt one Black child; she has two.
Right.
So this wasn't to me standing on the outside looking in, where she did it as a fad. She genuinely wanted to be a parent, and to your point, Lamar, she could have easily went to the best adoption agency ever. But, you know, she chose an underprivileged child to give them a better life. Now, having said that, and I didn't watch this show because I detest the red table talk show, and I'm sick of Will Smith. I wish I could sign my name to the petition for both of them to just shut up. But what she said is kind of like, I felt like kind of like the older big mama who said, bless her heart, she don't know what she's talking about.
Right.
She's just a white woman who truly doesn't understand. And so I consider the source. What Jada has created is an atmosphere that is completely disingenuous in the first place, where she got a mama and a daughter all sitting on there talking like they got it all figured out.
Young Levin's in.
And they don't know what they're talking about, but they've created this environment where when you come there, you're invited to be touchy-feely and be disingenuous. Hell, Snoop Dogg went on there and apologized for calling Oprah and Gail dog head bitches. And he meant what he said.
He did.
And so my thing is, for the rich people, I love the fact that she is putting her love and attention into something more worthwhile, because how many rich people spend money on taking care of the trees and save the wells, but they won't give a dime to feed a hungry child?
Yeah.
And you can see a natural disaster happen, and they will go deeper in their pockets to save a dog and a cat than the damn kids, because we're not real people. And so to her, I love the fact that at least she see us.
Yeah.
At least she see us as people. And for that, I love her even more.
Can I say, I don't want backlash like that to slow down the rate of anybody of any color getting kids out of the CPS, because you're going to get this kind of backlash from Negroes that they want to pick every little thing because you ain't. I hate that.
Right. Yeah.
Well, the word of the day is Negro.
Yeah.
That's a special word of this morning, Negro. So just so if y'all use that, just know somebody will be sending you $5.99.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all, I appreciate this moment, but y'all know we've come to the best part of the show. Lee Black, would you holler at him for a second, sir?
Yes, sir. So everybody, if you watch this show long enough, you know I'm an opinionated SOB. I own that. But I wanted to holler at everybody about being unapologetically Black and proud, because so many times I talk about all of the things that we as African Americans, we're not doing right and we're not doing enough of. And even on last week's show, I put myself on trial in terms of my religious beliefs and why I don't get involved in politics at that higher level. And it was said tonight on tonight's show, it's beautiful how organic this happens, that to me, real change doesn't happen at the top. I'm never going to eat with the Donald Trumps of the world. He don't even know who I exist, Now, where real change, I think, affects us is on the local, smaller levels. And right now, we don't have any Black leaders. And we haven't figured out yet as Black people how to merge the old school wisdom of our elders with the energetic nature of the younger generation. And we're not all good, and they're not all bad. We have to figure out a way. And I like what's happening here. There's an app called Masterclass. And what they're doing here, I think, is a brilliant answer to the whole concept of the critical race theory and what's happening. They put together this app where now you and anyone else can learn from 7 of the country's most preeminent Black history college professors and thought leaders. We're talking about Johnny Cobb. I'm sorry?
I was just saying, wow, I didn't know that.
Absolutely. This is a streaming platform where you can go and get a master class from Jelani Cobb, Kimberly Williams Crenshaw, Angela Davis, Sherilyn Ifield, Nicole Hannah-Jones, John McArthur, and Cornell West. And the reality is they're releasing this app in 3 parts where you're actually going to have access to 150 of the brightest African-American minds, and they're going to talk about the contextualized challenges and how people think about race and racism and how we can reconcile the gaps in traditional education. They're going to talk about U.S. history and offer tools and techniques to empower and change our own lives. Wow. They've invested $2 million in this. And what I love about this is we always talk about what can we do. I love the fact that our most educated and brilliant minds are coming together to give us some place, and they're using technology that we can go and educate ourselves. If we can spend all this time on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and all these places, they're creating a venue that speaks to every part of our generations, young and old, where we can educate ourselves. And us here on this panel as parents and even ourselves, we've lost history of ourselves. And I'm just proud that they're taking it back and they're being unapologetically saying that it's okay to be Black and be proud of who you are and know your history. And maybe if we learn that, we can solve some of our own ills. And I'm proud of them, and I had to speak on it.
Thank you for that, sir. I will be definitely checking out that app, man. And tell them one more time about that app.
It's called Masterclass. Masterclass. Wow.
So that's just it. Masterclass.
Mm-hmm. You can purchase a membership, and just think about it. What they're doing is changing how we look at education. You will have an opportunity to purchase an app and have access to 150 educators. But in this case, the first part they're releasing, they did it brilliantly. 7 of the brightest minds covering these topics. Do yourself a favor. You remember the good old days when we sat down and watched Roots as a family? That's what this is. That's what this is.
Yes, sir. I did watch Shaka now on Channel 11. I did. I used to watch it. Y'all, this has been a ridiculous, amazing show. I'm telling y'all, forget all y'all that didn't give us $1. No, that's all right, man. We don't do it for that, man. We do it because we love y'all. All right, and I appreciate that, man. I will be checking that app out for sure, 100%.
Yeah, me too, for real.
Y'all, it is final thoughts time, and Cutting got to get out of here, so I'm gonna let him go first, brother. Thank you for being on.
I always have a good time on here, and I have Masterclass, by the way. So if anybody want to borrow the membership, let me know. I'll give you the sign.
No. I'm finna get it from you. I'm finna get it. Text it to me as soon as you get out. Nope.
All right, cool.
All right, give me $1.
I don't know if I have anything. It was a great conversation. Anybody that's watching, I got to promote. Anybody that's watching, click like, subscribe if you haven't. Share the broadcast and watch all the other TFG programs. I don't really have anything.
Well, thank you, Russell. I appreciate it. God bless you. Good night. All right, man. Thank you for being on, bro. We'll see you, man. Love you.
See you later, boss.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right, brother.
All right. Kenny, finish us out, man. What? You gotta hang. Okay, you gotta hang up.
Oh man, it's man, it's always awesome hanging out with my family, man. Shoot, my final thoughts. Boosie. I want to talk about fatherhood, man. It's okay to. It's definitely. I'm glad that he's present in his children's life. I would say that definitely because it's so many of fathers, especially Black men, aren't. But just because you're present don't necessarily mean you're doing it right. And I would say this. I don't have a problem with Boosie doing for his children. But the act of putting them in a position to be targets, I have a problem with that. So I would say, fathers, if you want to do for your kids, that's all well and good, but don't put your children in a position where they won't learn anything from money or being a good money manager. That is my final thoughts for tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Black.
I know a lot of harsh things come out of my mouth, and even tonight I talk about my son. I keep it real, but never. I don't want anybody to think I don't love him.
He appreciates that, just by the way.
Love him to death, but we do. But as a young, grown man, we have really good adult conversations about keeping it real, and I love that. And so tonight, mine is real short. Say it loud. I'm Black and I'm proud.
That's it, bro.
Yes,
and
sir.
We mean it. Man, I was at my daughter's banquet tonight, and I was sitting at the table. It was like 8 chairs, and wasn't nothing but brothers and sisters sitting at the table in a room full of, all the rest of them. But we all sat together, and I said, that's really good, and you don't feel no type of way because they all sit together. It's like, why can't we sit together?
Mm-hmm.
And I know, but some fool came over there and said, "Oh, is this the minority table?" And I almost gave him that Ice Cube mode. Is there a problem?
Right.
Well,
There's a problem here.
Yeah. I'm telling you, but it was the fact that he acknowledged it. No, we chilling, man. We want to sit here. So
exactly,
that's what it is. Madam, please, by all means, thank you so much for being on with us this morning.
Thank you. I want to talk about back onto that backhanded apology. Mm-hmm. What I want to say is we have placed a spotlight on a lot of the Karens of the world and things like that. And I noticed that all of them aren't getting away with as much as they used to. But I think just recording them and putting their business on Front Street is not enough. I think now people need to start calling for there to be some type of punishment or repercussion for the things that they do. Because I know of women, more than one, unfortunately, Black girls, usually young, by family members who were violated and nothing was ever done. They were disregarded. They were told they were fast. There were all these things said about these women who were violated either as children, teenagers, young adults. Nobody cares when a Black woman speaks of that. But this woman can just pick out a random dude in the street, and that's what happened. And it just makes me sad. And I just think something needs to be done. Someone needs to be held accountable, and it needs to be more than putting them on Front Street and maybe losing their job.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Listen, again, I want to say this show means nothing to me unless you guys are on here. Because if I was doing this by myself, I would be just as ignorant as about what I'm about to show y'all. So, but I'm not, and I'm thankful, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, man. Listen, next year will be 1 year that we've been together, and I'm excited to say that I'm proud to be on this show because we are exemplifying Black power. So, power to the people, right?
Power to the people.
Power to the people. All right, so listen, y'all. This is my final thought. Y'all ever heard the saying "Liar, liar, pants on fire"?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
yes, sir.
Let's see if that looks like a person.
Oh boy, here we go.
I know.
He killed all them kids.
Yeah, I know you ain't never done that before.
It is.
hey, that gives a new turn to burning.
Whoa. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I just want y'all to know, listen, there are fools out there that literally are setting their pants on fire, even if you just a liar.
Woo!
Listen, I ain't lying. We're going to be
goodness.
back Monday, and we're going to have plenty to talk about. So listen, let's Ken. That is Devin, and that is Black Futuristic, and we are out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.